Hello everyone. As we have had idea about the new thermodynamic function enthalpy in the previous lecture, and also had idea about heat capacities, two types of heat capacities of gaseous substances. Now it's time to discuss about the Joule's experiment. In this experiment, what Joule did was he took a water bath in which he immersed two glass bulbs connected by a glass tube, and here a stopcock was connecting these two bulbs, and he filled these two bulbs with some ideal gases, and out of the two bulbs, any one of them he evacuated. So if the left hand side bulb is bulb A and the right hand side is bulb B, then he completely evacuated bulb B, and then opened this stopcock, so that he allowed this ideal gas to expand against vacuum and tried to detect any change in temperature. And this propeller was actually helping in making the temperature uniform throughout this water bath, and this thermometer was immersed in order to detect the temperature change. But the fact is that the experiment was had the result that no change in temperature was detected. So for the gas, ideal gas, which expanded against vacuum, actually didn't do any work because it was expanding against pressure 0. So the work done by the gas was 0, and the temperature change detected was also 0. That means delta T or dt, whatever it is, it was 0. Therefore, for no change in temperature, dt was also 0. So what was the conclusion? That the ideal gas was expanding against vacuum. He did it several times, but never he detected any kind of temperature change. So the mathematical outputs were minus W was 0. That means the system did no work because it was working against 0 pressure. That means the intensity factor was 0. Therefore the overall work done was 0. And since there is no temperature detected, therefore dt was 0. Therefore there is no heat exchange between the system and the surrounding. Since there was no temperature change, that means there was no heat exchange. Therefore he made his third conclusion that the value of Q was also 0. Now let's put these values into the first law of thermodynamics. What was the first law of thermodynamics? The first law of thermodynamics had the mathematical form. One of the mathematical forms was Q equals to delta U minus W. Now rearranging this, we can also write delta U equal to Q plus W, and as it is found that both Q and W are 0, therefore delta U is also equal to 0. So it follows that U doesn't vary when the gas expands isothermally. Okay, so the ideal gas was increasing its volume, but no internal energy change was detected, and the condition was completely isothermal because no temperature change was also detected. So this overall thing can be demonstrated mathematically as del U by del V T equals to 0, and this is equation 1, and equation 1 is known as the Joule's law. Now this equation 1 can also be written in 3 more forms. Let's see how these 3 more forms are obtained. First of all, we are expanding this parameter del U del Vt as del U del Pt into del P del Vt. This del P and this del P can cancel each other, and this thing, the left hand side, can be returned back. So that is why the left hand part can be expanded into multiplication of 2 terms as shown in the right hand side. Since the left hand side is 0, therefore the right hand side, this expanded form, is also equal to 0. Now out of these two, any one of them has to be 0, but we know that del P del Vt cannot be 0 according to the Boyle's law, because according to the Boyle's law, at constant temperature, pressure and volume changes indirectly. That means they do not change directly. Inversely dependent with each other. That means P varies 1 by V or V varies 1 by P. So they are dependent with each other and they have inverse proportional relationship. That is why del P del Vt cannot be 0 according to the Boyle's law. That means del U del Pt is actually equal to 0. This is the second form of the Joule's law. Now let's get the third and fourth form of Joule's law. We know that from the Boyle's law, since P varies 1 by V, P is inversely proportional to V at constant temperature. That means PV equals to constant. Therefore, at constant temperature, we can also write del PV by del P at constant temperature equals to 0. This is equation 3, but this is not the mathematical formula of Joule's law. Actually, we have to take the expression of enthalpy, which is H equal to U plus PV. Now, it can be differentiated with respect to pressure at constant temperature like this. So, the left hand side results in del H del Pt. That means the differentiation of enthalpy with respect to pressure at constant temperature. Okay, so the right hand side also have to be differentiated like del U del Pt plus del Pv by del Pt. Now we know that this part is 0, isn't it? Just we have discussed it, and we already have this part is 0, okay, from equation 2, and this part is 0 from equation 3. So both of them are 0, therefore this part is also 0, and this gives equation number 4, which is the third mathematical form of the Joule's law. Now let us expand this parameter like del H del Vt into del V del Pt. This del V and this del V would cancel each other, and this part can be returned back. Since this part is equal to 0, so the multiplication of these two parameters is also 0. Now, since the multiplication of these two parameters is 0, therefore any one of them must have to be 0. But according to the Boyle's law, again del P del V del Pt is not equal to 0. That means del H del Vt is equal to 0. That results equation 2 del U del Vt equals to 0. Equation 2 del U del Pt equals to 0. Equation 4 del H del Pt equals to 0. And equation 5 del H del Vt equals to 0. So these four are the conditions of an ideal gas to behave ideally. Okay, these four are the thermodynamic conditions of an ideal gas to behave ideally. So we can conclude from equation 1, 2, 4 and 5 that for isothermal changes for an ideal gas, internal energy is independent of pressure and volume. That means if pressure or volume, any one of them changes at constant pressure, at constant temperature, then internal energy would not at all change. That means del U del Vt or del U del Pt are 0. Similarly, enthalpy of an ideal gas is also independent of pressure and volume at constant temperature. And the thermodynamic condition of a gas to behave ideally is these four. When combined, equation 1, 2, 4 and 5, then this equation is obtained, and this is the thermodynamic condition of a gas to behave ideally. Okay, del U del Vt equals to del U del Pt equals to del H del Vt equals to del H del Pt equals to 0. Okay, now move on to the drawbacks of the Joule's experiment. As you know that the experiment was done with an ideal gas, but in reality having an ideal gas is not possible. So this was one of the drawbacks of the experiment. The bulb was immersed in water. Okay, but water has very high specific heat, so a small amount of heat produced, if happened, could not be detected due to absorption by water, isn't it? And finally, mercury thermometer was used in that experiment, which cannot detect any mild change in temperature, because mercury also absorbs some heat in order to get it expanded to detect the temperature change. So use of mercury thermometer was the third drawback of the Joule's experiment. Apart from all these drawbacks, still the experiment was successful. Why was the experiment successful? Actually, the experiment was successful because in case of ideal gases, really there is no change in internal energy or enthalpy if the volume or pressure changes with respect to constant temperature. Now let's discuss another parameter which is known as the Joule's coefficient, which is denoted as mu J. Actually, what Joule tried to do was he tried to detect any kind of temperature change with respect to volume change. Okay, and later he found that the overall internal energy of the system remains constant. That is why a new term was introduced like this one, del T del V U. This is known as the Joule's coefficient. And so how we can define this? It can be defined as the rate of change in temperature with respect to volume isodynamically, because you know that if there is no change in internal energy, then the change is known as the isodynamic change. And it is fact that for the ideal gases this value has 0, but for real gases this value is not 0. Now we have another term, del U del VT. This is known as the internal pressure, and for real gases it has some value. It has, for n moles of real gases, n square A by V square for van der Waals gases, where A is the van der Waals constant, one of the van der Waals constants. Okay, and it is very clear that in this parameter, in the numerator you have energy term, and in the denominator you have volume. So energy by volume always returns pressure. So this pressure is known as the internal pressure, and it can be related mathematically with mu J by applying the Euler's theorem or the cyclic rule. Now all u, v and t, these are state functions. So function of u, v and t equals to 0. So the Euler's rule can be applied here, or the cyclic rule can be applied here as del u del vt into del v del t u into del t del u v plus 1 equals to 0. That means these three are equal to -1. Okay, together. Now this term, let's take this term. Okay, so actually its reciprocal is Cv, as we have come to know from the previous lecture that del u del t v equals to Cv. So its reciprocal, that means del t del u v is the reciprocal of Cv, that means 1 by Cv. So it is 1 by Cv. Okay, now just now we have come to know that the term del t del v u is mu J. That means here its reciprocal is being reflected here. So its reciprocal del v del t u is actually reciprocal of mu J, that means 1 by mu J. So let's put these two values here in this equation, and thus we get del u del vt into 1 by mu J into 1 by Cv equals to -1. So del u by del vt equals to minus Cv into mu J, and this is the internal pressure, and definitely this is 0 for an ideal gas, but for real gases this is not 0. Okay, later you will come to know that this value is A by V square for 1 mole of a real gas, which follow the van der Waals equation. So that's all for today's lecture. Thank you. Have a nice day.